Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. This game will be coming out this summer, and all signs are pointing to that being the true release date. We do
Right.
have the trailer. Do you want to pull up
I
the
do,
trailer
yeah.
real quick? Yeah, it looks super cool. So kind of like how we were talking about with Outlast Trials, this is actually going to be a DVD clone.
Yep.
Yeah, so you
And a
guys will
different,
see
in a
here in a
kind of
second.
different way, though. A little different, which we'll talk
Yes,
about it as soon as we watch this trailer.
yes, in a very different way. But I hate to say it, but I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a weird story, and to know that it was inspired by true events,
Yeah,
kind of just
that
like,
makes it even more like intense and like
yeah,
scary.
it does. It really does. And Leatherface, say what you will about Leatherface, he might not be the strongest villain, but I definitely think he's a villain that there's a presence. There's a presence to Leatherface when you
Yeah.
see him on the screen and you
Yeah.
see him like in the movies and stuff like that. Like, he definitely is a jaw dropper.
Right.
And the rest, you guys can see right here. Like, you see that dude hiding right there? It kind of looks like this is gonna be like that was like an ode to the generators.
Yep.
Like, these kind of look like your DVD, kind of like, jumping over the
Mechanics,
boards
yep.
and stuff. Yeah, same kind
Yeah.
of mechanics. I think this is gonna be good, man. I think this is gonna be good. This is from the same developers that did Friday the 13th, and obviously everybody kind of knows that Friday the 13th flopped. But I feel like a lot of that had to do with the licensing issues. Didn't they run into problems on Friday the 13th with
I'm
licensing?
not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
I think they kind of didn't have the rights to Friday the 13th.
Gotcha.
Which is why it
Okay.
got pulled. But I do think this one's gonna be good.
Yeah, and obviously it takes place in 1974 in the same like house of the movies. But the biggest change from Dead by Daylight and this Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is it's not 4v1, it's actually 4v3. And that's kind of why you saw the
Correct.
different characters in there. So it's the family of Leatherface as well. Do you know their names?
Yeah, so you're gonna have 5 different characters that you can play as. And like Adam said, it's gonna be a 4v3. So there will be 3, villains on a
Yep.
team. There'll be 4 survivors on a team. So you're gonna load in with 7 people. Unfortunately, some people aren't gonna like this, but if you do play as the villain team, one person on your team must load in as Leatherface. That's kind of what I've been seeing all the way through. Is there does have to be one person loaded as Leatherface. However, you can't pick the same character twice, right? So
Right.
you're not gonna have to go into a match against 3 Leatherfaces
Yeah.
because that's just gonna be like total insanity. But on the villain side, you can either be Leatherface, and he's going to be like a very like robust. He's going to deal a lot of damage. You can either be Sissy, who is going to be very much like a kind of stealth in the shadows type of killer.
Yep.
And she can like go through and like poison different things and
Yep.
stuff like that. You're gonna have Johnny, who is going to be the tracker. So Johnny is going to be
He's
able
like the
to...
cook, right? He can have
No.
pure. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's a different character. So,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Johnny is going to have tracking abilities, so he's going to be able to see the survivor's footsteps. He's also going to be like, kind of like the speed guy.
Okay.
So like endurance and speed is going to be super high. So if you're into just like straight up chasing, not so
Yep.
much just kind of leaving traps or like trying to sneak up on people, if you're literally just trying to chase after them, Johnny's going to be your guy. You're also going to have the hitchhiker. That's going to be the 4th character. And the hitchhiker is a lot like, if you compare it to DVD, like the trapper. So
Yep.
you're going to be able to leave traps like bear claws and stuff like that. And the final one is the cook, the one that you were talking
Yep.
about. And he's going to have like very integral, like good hearing. So
Yeah.
he's going to be notified of where the survivors are like all times. And also he has the ability to place locks on doors and stuff
Yep.
like that. So a lot like DVD, these villains are going to have their own different perks. The survivors are also going to have their different perks.
Yep.
And I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and I honestly like, and so the big premise with this game is, so you start off in the basement, and obviously your goal is to escape the basement and then ultimately escape the house and kind of leave the area. So that's kind of the premise of the game, kind of similar to the Dead by Daylight, where you have to get out of the area, you have to complete some tasks to get out of the basement and stuff like that. But like David said, it's cool that they're gonna have like different skill trees for each side of the villains and the victim. So I think that's really cool. And honestly, dude, the animations are brutal.
They're
Like some of
brutal.
the animations that they have, like especially the one where he like flips the victim around and just, like slices their throat, dude. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that from a trailer, but um
Or the Leatherface with the chainsaw where
yes,
he
go right in the
gets her
stomach. Yeah.
and like literally kind of lifts her up a little bit with the chainsaw, like brutal.
And it was
That stuff is
so one thing I want
brutal.
to say about the chainsaw. So there's a specific way you have to rev the engine of the chainsaw.
Yes.
So if you under rev it, like it do some damage. If you over rev it, it like stalls the chainsaw, and you get a perfect rev, and it's an insta kill. Like, so that's really
Yes.
cool. I think that's kind of a cool mechanic of chain. I don't know if that was similar to Dead by Daylight, but I think that was really cool that they were having that as a part of his like weapon.
Yeah, no, it should be really good, and like I don't think they're hiding it. Like guns not hiding it at all. It literally is like a DBD clone,
Hmm.
and I think it's going to do very well because Texas Chainsaw has a cult following. I
Hmm.
mean, people love it. The movies have been remade. People know the characters. And yeah, I just like I'm super excited for this. I haven't been super excited. So I played DBD for a really long time, and
Yeah.
then I kind of fell off of it, and now it's kind of like reignited that spark
Yep.
of like
Yep.
now I'm kind of excited to have this game come back out and get back into the DBD because like DBD was dope, and then they started introducing all of these like well-known characters. Like they brought in Michael Myers, they
Yep.
brought in Ghostface, and like having a playing with a character that you know from a franchise
Hmm.
like was super fun. Like I loved playing as I love playing as Michael. I love playing as Ghostface. Like it was super sweet.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so just to have this, be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it's going to be really really good.
Hmm.
There's one mechanic though that I'm not really like super like I'm not super sure of, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you found any information about it, but have you seen this like blood feed for Grandpa? Did you read
Yeah, that's
anything
weird.
on
Like that.
that?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, so the villains have to give Grandpa the blood to like increase
Right.
their like knowledge or like their intensity against the victims. Or I don't know the proper like the technical term, but that's so
Yeah.
strange. I feel
So
like it's so
in the
random. I
movie,
don't think they needed it.
Grandpa's a character.
Yeah.
But like is this like an insta kill? Like if you get so much like if you get so much blood to
No, I think
Grandpa,
it's
do you like
enhancements. I think it's
it?
enhancements of like their
Okay.
abilities. Yeah.
Okay, so it just makes him stronger and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so. And like I said, each side's gonna have skill trees and like perks and stuff. But yeah, I think that is such a weird mechanic. I feel like it's like you said, he is a character in the game. He's not gonna be a playable character in the game, but you have to like interact with him to make your villains more like intent or like more enhanced. So I
Yeah.
thought that is weird.
Yeah. So I'm not, guys, I'm not super, I don't want to throw anything out there because I did as much kind of research as I possibly could to figure out this mechanic, and honestly, there's just nothing really out there
Yeah.
that I could find at least, but it is going to be part of the game. Hopefully it's not like an insta kill or anything like that. But
Right.
yeah,
Make it
I'm
OP.
super excited. I'm super excited for this game. There is going to be a form of crossplay, so PC players, a lot like Fall Guys and stuff like that.
Hmm.
PC players can jump in with console players and
Yep.
stuff like that. Here's my thing. you knew
Dave's
you
coming
knew it
to
was
crap on the parade.
you knew it was coming, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You knew it was coming. Have you played DVD or anything like that? Okay.
Yeah, probably not as much as you, but I've jumped in for a few rounds and like played different characters and whatnot. But
How do you feel about this aspect of like tunneling and farming and
oh
like
man, talking
how
about
do you feel?
the toxicity of Dead by Daylight.
How do you feel about it?
I will say I didn't play it enough to experience the tunneling and like a lot of this toxicity of the game. Well, it's
Yeah.
because I was just really bad at the game, so I feel like I couldn't say like, "Oh, he was tunneling me." It's mostly like, "No, Adam, you suck at the game. Like, they're not
Yeah.
tunneling you. You kept running into him, so you're tunneling the villain because you don't know what you're doing." Kind of vibe.
Yeah. I'm actually on the other side of this coin, which is very, very interesting for most people.
Yeah.
I I don't agree with this. Like, people that are saying that people that play the killer and actually try to win are like they get this label of like quote unquote tryhards or like not cool killers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I'm just like, dude, this is the point of the game. Like,
Yeah.
if you get to a point where the killer is no longer like trying to kill you and he's literally just like DBD was never as boring as like when a killer would just come up to me and like he would want me to like do the generator for a second and then he would kick the generator and then I would do the generator for a
They
second
do it
again.
for like the experience points and stuff like
Yes,
that.
they're just
Yeah.
farming for the like that gets so boring to me so quick and I just like I hate to say it, but I kind of hate that the community gets around this. Like anybody that actually tries to win as the killers is like an asshole. It's like you're not, dude. That's like you're trying to win the game. Like
Right.
we're not on the same team, bro. I'm not supposed to just like hit you one time and then watch you crawl away. Like you're getting iced. Like that's
Yeah, you're
how
getting put
play
on the hook.
You're getting put on the hook, dude. That's how
Yeah.
you play the game.
Yeah.
So
I feel it.
well, we'll see. Hopefully the community kind of keeps it going.
Yeah, I wonder like my one thing I was wondering about. So is it like how there's 7 characters in one house. How
Yes.
big is this house?
So from what I was seeing, the house is not just the house. There is
But, I mean,
like an
okay, but like
outdoor.
you have to start in the house in the basement.
Yeah, you have to start in the basement, and then you have to make it all the way through the house, and then you have
Yeah.
to make it through the outside
Yeah.
as well. So I'm thinking, from what I've seen, and people might not actually like this, all of the survivors are going to start in the basement, and like I said, you have to have a Leatherface, and Leatherface will always start in the basement, and that's kind of like the way that the movie was, right?
Okay.
So Leatherface's domain was in the basement, and these people would have to escape the basement, escape Leatherface, make it through the first level of the house, and then also make it outside and run away. And I think basically what they're going to do is because there's 3 sections, basement, house, outside, and there's 3 killers, they're going to have one start in each spot, right? So Leatherface will always start in the basement. You'll have a killer start first level of the house. You'll have a killer start outside. And you're going to have to kind of, as a survivor, make your way through.
Right. Okay.
That's what I mean. I think it's going to be good. And they did promise that it's not going to feel heavily weighted one side. Like it's not going to feel like it's impossible to win as the survivors.
And I'm sure it's going to be pretty balanced. Or it probably won't. It might be like OP on one end or the other. But I feel like a game like this, they're going to balance it as soon as they find those kind of deals, like the OP-ness of a game. So
yeah. Be on the lookout for week 1, week 2 patches where they start nerfing a character and everybody gets all pissed off. But
they nerfed the Grandpa Blood.
Right.
Yeah. He's getting too much blood. Give him a
He's
drop
getting
instead.
too much blood.
Yeah.
Grandpa now needs his warm milk.
Yeah. Give him some milk and cookies and tuck him in at night.
But yeah, should be a good game. The playtest on May 25th with a release date sometime in August. I think
Hopefully
DVD
August,
players, hopefully August. I do think DVD players are going to jump over and give this one a shot, and I'm going to give it a shot too.